Bruce Lee's rise to becoming a martial arts legend and philosopher did not happen overnight. It was forged during his formative years, a period filled with lessons, challenges, and self-discovery. Born in San Francisco in 1940 but raised in Hong Kong, Bruce grew up in a world that balanced Eastern tradition with Western influence. His father, Lee Wing Chun, was a respected Cantonese opera performer, and from him Bruce absorbed discipline, timing, and the value of practice. At the same time, his exposure to the bustling streets of Hong Kong exposed him to another reality: gang conflicts and street fights that demanded toughness, adaptability, and courage. By his teenage years, Bruce's fiery temper and endless energy often pulled him into trouble. Yet, these very challenges pushed him toward Wing Chun training under Ip Man, where he encountered structure, philosophy, and the idea that martial arts were not just about fighting but about self-mastery. This balance between his chaotic street life and disciplined martial practice gave Bruce his first taste of deeper meaning in combat. Another major influence in his formative years was his exposure to philosophy itself. Bruce was an avid reader, diving into both Eastern and Western texts, Taoist works like Laozi's Tao Te Ching, Confucian writings on discipline, and later, Western thinkers such as Krishnamurti and Nietzsche. These works sparked his lifelong belief that martial arts should be adaptable, free of rigid structure, and a form of personal expression. When Bruce moved to the United States in his late teens, these early lessons came together. He brought with him the discipline of his training, the lessons of the streets, and his growing love for philosophy. The cultural mix of East and West around him gave him new perspectives and inspired him to create a martial philosophy that would later be known as Jeet Kune Do. The formative years of Bruce Lee were not easy. They were filled with conflict, mistakes, and learning. But it was exactly these struggles and influences that shaped his philosophy, that life and martial arts were about growth, adaptability, and the courage to break free from limitations. The restless boy of Hong Kong would grow into a thinker who inspired the world with the simple but powerful idea: be like water. Born in San Francisco in 1940 but raised in Hong Kong, Bruce was exposed to two worlds from the start: the traditions of the East and the innovations of the West. This blend of cultures would later define his philosophy of adaptability and openness. His father, Lee Wing Chun, a well-known opera performer, introduced him to discipline, timing, and performance. Watching his father prepare for stage roles gave Bruce a first-hand look at the dedication needed to master any art. However, Bruce's youth was anything but calm. Growing up in post-war Hong Kong meant crowded streets and frequent clashes between young men. Bruce's fiery personality and quick temper led him into Str.